Quick disclaimer. This footage was recorded back in September of 2024, so some of this, including how the website is framed, may not be up to date. What if an unemployed nobody decided to scroll all the way down Youtooz's website to see what never sold out and what stayed limited edition? So, basically, I've decided to scroll all the way through Youtooz's limited edition stuff to find everything that hasn't sold out ever since Youtooz was created. Youtooz has been it's basically the pop figures of it's basically the pop figures for internet content creators. And I'm not sure exactly when they peaked, when they didn't peak. They're still doing well. I looked at their Twitter. Their glory days have definitely passed them, but these figures are still definitely high quality, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, it's like the pop figure. It's like the pop figures of the online space. They just try to make a fucking Youtooz for everything. So I scrolled all the way past every single Chainsaw Man, both Doki Doki Literature Clubs, all the SpongeBob ones. There's a lot more than I thought there would be, and I've made it all the way to the bottom of the things that have never sold out for years. So of course we have Grande. Pretty sure everyone said that this person fell off or something, stopped being an engineer or something to make meme videos on YouTube, and they fell off. Safe to say, people, after 5 years or so, Grande is finally sold out. Or they threw out the rest of it. A Harambe figure, because I'm not sure exactly when this came out, but I'm pretty sure this probably came out long before that was done. People still know the Harambe meme, but I don't think they're willing to spend $30 for it. This doesn't even have a name. Could have called it the clown meme. I don't know what it's called. They could have called it You, and it probably would have sold better than this. Oh, it's a rainbow. Oh, okay. They didn't even try with marketing with this one. That's probably why that one failed. The Arthur meme. I feel like it would have been funnier if they just had a framed picture of his fist. Maybe a 3D frame. Make it 20. I don't know the price of these things, to be honest. Got a couple dogs. Got Joe Weller, the dude most known for getting his ass kicked by KSI. Who would want to buy a fucking emoji? We got a Peanuts character that people don't really like, I assume. We got Comedy Shorts Gamer. I remember this one. This one released with a bunch of Sidemen figures, and it's the only one to not sell out of all the Sidemen ones. A Storytime animator that is mostly known for covering drama, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Yeah, mostly known for talking about other YouTubers, so I guess that didn't really do too much for, selling him as a character. I never, another commentary, commentary channels are usually the ones you play in the background and just get caught up on things. Not really something you want to buy a whole thing for. Okay, Crab Rave doesn't even work. You'd have to, it would be better if you just had a bunch of mini ones around it to at least emphasize. If you just buy one crab for the Crab Rave, it's a pretty boring ass rave. This Ken design, I'm pretty sure people didn't even really like it. They always prefer the original Ken and Sakura. This is just a weird figure. It's just a weird figure to have, It's after the motion, Razbowski. I don't know who would want a figure of that, but everyone has their own things. Churdley's, most unpopular character on Bob's Burgers, probably, since he's the only one that's still here. Lo-Fi Girl, 1 foot, $120. I don't know who would spend $120 for a Lo-Fi Girl. We have Lena the Plug. And I looked for if they had an Adam 22, and they do, but it's not on the website. They've deleted it for good reason. For good reason. Brody Fox, put that a couple years back, and I'm sure it would have sold. And it's a weird one. The J Schlatt Ram 9-inch. What's up, Schlatt? I think I'm finna make a purchase, bro, of 2 things. As you can see, it says limited edition, but it says this plush is not limited edition, will be available for sale for a while due to popular demand. And this came out 3 years ago. So, this is when everyone was on the, oh my god, the J Schlatt Ram character, so sweet and nice. J Schlatt's doing his own thing now. I don't know why they had so much J Schlatt stuff. They did hold up. Yeah, this exists. This exists. Is this available? This sold out.
I used to be into Castle Crashers, And one of the power-ups was a little guy called Rami. Yeah, his little
that's
power-up
cute.
you get called
That's
Rami.
where it comes from?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
so funny. I played through all of Castle Crashers with Shay very recently, and I was using Rami like the whole time.
Yeah, and my profile picture was just Rami for the longest time, and then once I started growing, I was like, copyright issues.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, using that clip as confirmation, it made me wonder if Schlatt could just use this Rami thing without any worry about copyright. Does this slight change in getting rid of its mouth, giving it better eyes, and giving it a slightly different shaped head and a body really make you able to just collab with Miku and Bendy and the Eat Machine and Invincible and Cult of the Lamb? Just from a few small design points? And it also made me go back to thinking, what about Skibbity Toilet? They have toys, they're in Fortnite, and it was all created just from putting some Gary's Mod dude's head into a toilet. I guess if the people who made it originally just don't care enough about how much money you're making, then you can get away with it. So I guess just be lucky and make sure it's not with Nintendo.
The thing with Anthony Padilla is that, like, both of his things didn't sell out. And who would buy a fucking 1 foot Oliver Tree? Sorry. They released a lot of these, like, in set, multiple different altercations of these, Minecraft YouTubers. Some of these are sold out, and I don't know why they're still, like, on here. I did come across a couple of these. Like I said, another thing with the design, like, you want to, like, see, like, I don't know, it's not really it's a Zangief and Ken one, but it just, like, looks sort of odd. Looks like it takes up a good amount of space. Jarvis Johnson, like I said with the commentary, this would work better as a plush. If they did have a plush of it, I'm sure that's sold out. But as a figure, like, I don't know who would want, like, this big, bulky, goofy-looking figure instead of just buying a plush of it. Fruit Berries, I actually wanted to get this because of this video I watched a long time ago. Yeah, this is fire, actually. Random shout-out. Grande, once again. Dolan Dark leaves his thing sold. Next Taku. Fuck that guy. We want a figure of Rick Harrison on Stars. Once again, Anthony Padilla thing. That was his mascot. I forgot that. I didn't even know that. Whole Harold thing, but it doesn't even really look like Harold because it's in the Youtooz. So, like, people will just look at it and be like, "What the fuck is that?" There you go. The first thing of SpongeBob memes. How does this even work? How would this work? It's just a whole wall. Yeah, this is just a bad figure. You can't properly see. But if you were able to just pluck him off of it, then that would be cool.
Turns out you can. Fuck my life.
And another one of these set plushes. A flocked J Schlatt is interesting. Cornelius, I haven't heard that name in a while. Cornelius Cornwall, this is sold out. I don't know why it's showing up here. I guess it's just so far down that no one at Youtooz has bothered to, like, change it. Limited edition Slimesicle stuff also. Like a movie that I don't know if anyone remembers. Spy Thing. I forgot what he does. Jenga X Youtooz. Why the fuck? $25 for a pink and white Jenga set. Features Squidward once again. It's a figure that takes up a lot of space. It's a little, like, way too bulky. I like the design though. I like how they made it a flower to make it, like, slightly more appealing. At the same time, this is a weird figure to, like, really see. Buff Swole Garfield. I don't know. Duck Song plush, 6 inches of him in a cup. Okay. Once again, these big designs, doesn't really work. A Vanny plush, Kenny on the toilet. More Avatar stuff. This is another. I don't know how many times I have to say this. This is a really, like, odd design. You don't see his legs. It's just sort of this, and it's not the most appealing figure to own. This probably didn't, like, hit as hard as it should have. It's also inconsistencies for some reason. Like, this one has, like, the rest of them have like a platform to stand on, but Freddy's doesn't. So, and if you're getting one of them, you might as well get all of them. A Huggy Wuggy, thank God that's still here. I don't know how Genos didn't sell out. I guess it's, like, a pretty boring pose, to be honest. Monopoly X Youtooz, what the fuck? I haven't seen this couple in years, so I'm surprised they got one. Rami plush slippers, 120. That is not worth. Do not spend that much. A bunch of Slime Rancher stuff. I'm not sure what sold out, what didn't. That's a really different Youtooz. Why can't they make more stuff like that? Ant Venom, goated. I already have his Tube Heroes. So Stranger Things stuff, I feel like I can't remember if the series fell off or not. I'm not sure. This one's just, like, looking wrong. They put the wrong art for this one. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why the fuck is he looking like that? No wonder that didn't sell. They made normal South Park ones. They look like they come straight out of the PS2 game. It's pretty cool. Cookie Run Kingdom ones. Once again, I don't know too many people getting Cookie Run Kingdom figures, but these are probably like the best quality ones you could find. But at the same time, like, respect. Fundy, Kappa, isn't this a meme? I can't remember if this is a meme or not, but like, once again, who would buy it, like, spend that much for a meme? These figures are alright, it's just that, like, that's ugly. That looks alright, that looks fine. These look okay. These are, like, good design stuff. But it's just that, you know, not the audience they were looking for, not the best designs. That one's amazing, though. That one's great, but you know, over time people just like stopped really getting that many Youtooz, or just like, it's not that, it's like, you know, people don't really go to Youtooz for like all these things anymore, and you know, it's just like the passage of time. You know, they release more stuff and it's interesting. What the fuck? You look at these and you think these look pretty cool. Like, look at these. These are pretty cool. But at the same time, you think, is that, you know, these prices. I feel like, you know, a good thing. You know what idea? I feel like they should just like lower the price by like a couple dollars. Of these like fucking old ass ones, just lower it slightly. So that not only are they cheaper, so people think, okay, I won't be spending like as much as like a new one, because like these have been limited edition for like a year, 2 years, 3 years maximum, and they, like, you know, they might as well just like sell all of them. And it's not like people are selling these on eBay for like a lot more, because they're still on the official site.